what Noble Park have to do to win this contest and win this quarter of football. And Steve White, take us away for the final quarter and what's promising to be an exciting finish.
Exactly, as the shadows cross the Balwyn Football Club's ground, the infamous 4 o'clock shadow, we'll call it, where, where it drops like 10 degrees in about 5 minutes.
Yep.
And 15 points the margin heading into this final quarter of footy here at Divi 1 Eastern Footy League Clash, EFL.org.au or 98.1 if you're tuning in as we get set for the final period of play here. Anderson into the ruck now here for Balwyn. The kick up now in towards the half-forward line for the ball. For the Balwyn Footy Club is chopped off by Bull. And they come back the other way. The kick now in towards the direction of Sketcher. It's over his head. It might beat him to the boundary line. It doesn't. He did well to keep it in and beat a couple of tacklers. Here's Sketcher now. The kick in towards full forward, just over the head there of young Declan Brunel. And out over the boundary line it goes. Wow, what a flash there from Sketcher. And, well, just needed the finish.
Yeah, just was a nice way to kick, though, by Sketcher. It nearly came off there for Brunel.
Brunel's had a good game himself. 2 goals in that first term on debut. Here comes the boundary throw. Anderson wins the tap. Balwyn win the footy there through cross. Snaps onto the boot in the direction of Jaffa Williams. It spills out now here to Court. He's had a couple of good plays in this game, but not one of those. Here's Wilson now. Wilson can't gather it in. Ball can now here for the Bulls. Handball out and a kick out now here towards the centre wing on the far side of the ground, just inside the boundary line. Gilchrist is there, as is Tregear. It goes all the way back to Anderson. Sprays one off the side of the boot. And into the waiting hands there, Adusha here for Noble Park. Sells the dummy, sells a handball over the top now here to Bull. Pumps it all the way back out now here to centre wing. Anderson over the back. Maybe should have taken it. A man half of his size, Declan Brunel, won the contest. Turns, pivots and puts one in towards the Thomas direction. Goes over everyone's head. And well done there from the defensive ball for Tregear. It trickles through now and well done by Churgwin in turn. He's gone into the back line this quarter, it seems. And we'll have a boundary throw.
Great work, Steve, as Noble Park get it inside 50. The pace certainly hasn't gone out of this game. A few tired bodies. Although having said that, the conditions are good today, so there's been no case of the heavy ground taking the legs away, but fatigue no doubt will be a factor as the ball comes in. Trying to wrestle his way there was Gaines. Gaines knocks it down. I think it was Lambert. They got a kick in there and it's bouncing around all over the place. Balwyn get it away just for the moment. But there's just so much more. There's Sketcher again. He's been very, very good in the second half. Nelson goes on the ground. I think it's going to be tied up in there. I don't know that it'll come out. Just waiting for the umpire to blow the whistle, and he does. But there's certainly a real urgency in this Noble Park side.
Rennie Gilchrist took a really heavy knock there.
Yeah, it doesn't look terribly well. We'll get Matt to keep an eye on that. Now the ball is there for Noble Park, and the hands for a moment of Zee.
Oh, why'd you do that?
That was a terrible pass. He gave it straight to Sketcher, who had a man right on his tail.
Talk about giving it to a man under the pump, Raymond.
He was only about 2 feet away from him, and he was standing still.
Yes, you could hear the ambulance from here. It was a hospital pass as Anderson gets the knockdown. It's Money at Garnham. Goes forward, but that's easily cut off back there. Almost a 25. Good mark here taken by Tregear. So the margin, we can tell you, is still 15 points. Just 2.5 goals basically as the kick comes out towards the wing. That's very comfortably taken out there, just a bit too easy the exit once again, and Tregear getting it to Gilchrist. Rennie Gilchrist.
Rennie wants to see some run.
He wants to. He's looking for someone to kick to, but it was just no run at all as the ball goes over the top. And it's a great mark if it's been paid, and it has. Taken there by Collis. Yep, Martin was there, but it's been paid to Collis. So Collis gets it onto the left foot.
Oh, he's gone with the tall.
Malcolm Blight.
And what's I think this might be a free kick to
Holding.
Balwyn. Yeah, it was.
Holding.
It was Jeff Goebbels that got put to ground. I saw him go down, but I wasn't sure if he was just trying to buy. Let's have a look at the replay.
Pretty clear there.
Yeah, it was probably
and
there.
he had his arm over the shoulder as well.
Yeah.
So you got it 6 to 1, half a dozen. Doesn't matter how the free kick was paid.
So Jeffrey Goebbels.
He's got to kick this, I reckon, Jeff.
Balwyn's leading goal kicker this season. He had 23 coming into today, so this is for number 25. He's got 1 so far.
Yeah, 1, 2.
2, is he? I missed one.
1 goal, 2.
Oh, 1 goal, sorry. I was going to say. So Goebbels to give Balwyn some breathing space, and that's there. So Jeffrey Goebbels puts it through his second of the day, and Balwyn just kick away on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard as we tick over 4 minutes in this third quarter. 12-6-78 plays. In fact, that scoreboard, is it ticked over, boys? No, there it is now. 13-6-84, plays 9-9-63 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, probably not the goal that Noble Park wanted, Ray, at the start of the last quarter. They needed to kick the first one just to get the momentum going their way.
And they had their opportunities because the ball was inside their 50 for the first few minutes. So no.
You're right there.
So the centre restart. It's roved well here by Wilson. He chips this one in the direction of Goebbels. And just like that, he's involved in the play again. And that was a little too easy there for the Tigers.
Yeah, too easy getting that ball out of the midfield there. Well-placed kick there by Wilson to the leading Jeff Goebbels. And tell you what, this could go close to nearly ice in the game here.
So Jeff Goebbels.
Will he unleash the torque?
His teammate Collis was pretty keen just a few minutes ago. Goebbels, 2 already. Looking for number 3. And this to put some more breathing space here for the Balwyn Footy Club. Makes no mistake. Jeff Goebbels has kicked 3. That's 14-6-90 for the Balwyn Footy Club. They lead Noble Park 9-9-63. We've played 5.5 final turn.
All right, Raymond.
What a champion Jeff Goebbels is.
Yep.
You know, you can hold him down for 3 quarters and he'll just bob up when it's really needed and kick a couple of goals. And that's why he's done it year in, year out, Fresh.
Yeah, it's...
So for all the good work that Noble Park have done, that 30-point margin that they trailed by before is almost back. It's suddenly out to 27. Hard to believe, but you think that Noble Park were in front towards the back end of that third quarter. So the ball in the middle. There's the umpire, throws it up, getting over the top. Anderson, it was a bit of a draw really in the ruck that time. Anderson goes in and gets it again on the second go. Tap forward there by Gilchrist, but it's in the hands of Noble Park. Martin, how good has he been today? A little short kick out.
Disposal.
Yeah.
Beautiful kick finds Thomas. Thomas goes inside 50. Getting to the front spot there nicely was Chancellor. And that'll be well and truly wrapped up. Tregear taking in a good tackle there by Gaines. And nothing doing there, so we'll have a ball up. So 27 points the margin. Noble Park have to find a couple quickly. We've played 6.5 minutes in this last term. Peever right into the ruck, gets the tap down, but it falls forward and they get it out. Chasing over there was that man Waddell. He's had a terrific game. He sees it over the boundary.
One of the hardest things is when you're 5 or 6 down and the amount of work that you've got to put back to getting into the contest, and you hit the lead and then all of a sudden you think, you breathe a sigh of relief, then all of a sudden then you've got to keep going. Sometimes some sides just can't continue the run.
So that's a good tap out there by Gaines. And it's bouncing around the roller, had it for a moment but lost it. Now Haynes is back. Haynes puts it onto the right foot, a bit of a banana. Jaffa Williams went in there, but he couldn't take it. Goebbels gets a hand pass off to O'Regan. O'Regan's kicking, this might just about, it's there. O'Regan has put it through. And I reckon we just about might call it. That really is might be just about the killer blow in this game.
That man, Jeff Goebbels, that hand pass, the way he attacked the ball to win the ball, and then the handball out to O'Regan. This is the Balwyn of old in the last couple of minutes.
Jeffrey Goebbels has really stabbed his authority on this last term. 15-6-96 now Balwyn against Noble Park's 9-9-63, and it's going to be a mountain to climb now if the Balls are to get back into this, Steve White.
Indeed, and I think O'Regan went check side with that kick. Beautiful. So we've had quite a few contenders for goal of the day this afternoon. I still think Liam Smith has got to be up amongst the contenders as this one off the deck now by Smith. Synonymous is his kick in towards centre half forward now here for Balwyn. Wrested away from Goebbels here to Jaffa Williams. Snap off the left boot is too short to the near side, and just the minor score there for Balwyn. They extend their lead by 1 point, 15-7-97, plays 9-9-63.
Well, it has been backs to the wall effort for Balwyn. They needed to respond this afternoon. You know, they were looking at 4 straight losses. They've responded, and you know, it's some promising signs this afternoon from them.
Particularly, we talked about at the start of the broadcast, I mean, what goal-kicking problems with Manuel, Barker and Haley out of the side. They've responded in kind to that. Is Gordon. Brings it in now here for the Bulls. Kick up towards the direction. The ball is taken there by Chancellor, but he couldn't hold on to it. The ball's loose on the deck. Ball can't take it either. Marson's in there for Noble Park. Pretty strong tackle applied by Ball. Trying to burst his way through his court. And finally, the umpire says, there's a free kick awarded. And it's going away at Noble Park. 9 minutes played. Deep in their own back line. Goes in short now in the direction here of Nelson. Arriving late there was O'Regan. Nelson took the mark regardless. And Noble Park just looks like they've slowed things right down, but Balwyn marking everyone. Nelson now swings it out wide now here to Gordon. Before Gilchrist could get there, Gordon thought about switching the play and switched back to go down the ground in the direction there of right. Chancellor did well to knock that contest down. Thomas couldn't win the footy. Chancellor again goes in. He's tackled hard there by by Byers, and we'll get a ball up.
So big tackle here by Byers. As we have another stoppage, up it goes. Been a good jaw on the ruck, good ruck jaw today as a tap down, but it's taken away there by Noble Park. Marola got a terrible hand pass away. Marola went to nobody. Going in there trying to rescue the situation is Zijai, and he did
Won himself a free kick.
fairly well because he's won himself a free kick. It wasn't a great hand pass there from Marola, really putting his teammates under pressure. Collis it was, but they get out of it at Noble Park and they have a free kick.
One of the things that the young Noble Park forwards are going to have to do, especially when Peter Wright plays down there, one needs to be shadowing him all the time so that he picks up the crumbs that Peter Wright can't take when he's not taking a mark, because otherwise they're not going to get anything out of him.
So a must kick here as Zijai sends it goalwards, but it looks to be off target, and it is. So it goes through for a minor score. That's been the story of the day for Noble Park. They've just missed too many opportunities.
And that's 3 points to Zijai this afternoon, and probably 2 of those were probably very gettable goals.
Should have kicked that one. 15-7-97 plays 9-10-64 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. The kick out towards halfback. Reagan was there, but he couldn't take it cleanly. Going in there was Garnham. He's been one of Noble Park's better players today. Ball on the ground. There's O'Regan again, and he'd be close to one of Balwyn's best as well. Now Ball gets a handball down the line. And they're looking for it is that Sketcher? I think it is. Now Garnham again. Now Marola. It's very messy, this period of play. I think it's Smith going in there for it for Ball. Let's just have a ball up umpire. This is a mess.
Actually,
Absolute mess.
the 3-2-1's going to be very interesting today, because there really hasn't been a standout four-quarter play for either side, really.
And a blood rule here. I think Tom Wilson's coming off the ground. So 11.5 played.
Oh,
he's cut up.
He's not in great shape. We shouldn't laugh, but
15-7-97 Balwyn lead. Noble Park 9-10-64. The lone EFL game across all 4 divisions here this afternoon on 98.1 Radio Eastern, or streaming around the globe, efl.org.au. As Herbal, it looks like Gilchrist is the player to replace Wilson. He just earned himself a spell. I thought he's been all over the ground. Here's the ball up now. Byers wins the tap. Gilchrist straight off the bench and straight into the action. Turns around, puts it onto the left boot. It's a high up and under in towards the half-forward line. Plenty of flyers there, but it's picked up by Marola. He's dragged to the ground. Noble Park can't win the footy. Balwyn can. It comes out now here to Collis. He has a go! Oh, it was smothered just at the crucial juncture. Loose in the goal square. Goals! Number 4! And that was touched. Oh, really? I'll take that. Point number 4 then. That's what I meant to say now. So, Goebbels with the minor score. Ball moved to 15-8-98, 9-10-64 Noble Park.
So Gordon with the kick out as Steve sits down again. Going in there for it was Marola, Marson it is, sorry, and he's taken the ground.
Well, they all had me beat. They all had their hands up in the air.
That was the best called point of the day.
It was the best called point of the season, even better than BWS.
So Reagan with the ball. He's had a terrific go for Balwyn today. He'd be certainly in the 3-2-1s, I would say. Here's the kick towards the pocket, going up there and knocked away. It was Goebbels again. He's been a real presence. We did a Balwyn game a few weeks ago where Goebbels came into it late. Which one was that, Brett?
I think was it the Vermont Balwyn
I think
first
it was.
Week of the season?
Yep, and he did this in that game as well. He came into it in the last quarter and he's doing it again. So, throw in. Here's the tap down. And he's going in there looking for it on the ground was Marson. And now once again Noble Park will try and get themselves out. Lambert's kick is going to be out on the full, I think.
That's out in the full.
Yep, not by much. It was only probably a couple of inches in it, but it was definitely out on the full. So just pure pressure coming on now, and Noble Park really struggling to cope with it. No, he's not called it.
No, he was a fair way away.
Well, it was clearly out in the full, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt because he was in the car park at the time having a smoke. So
tell us what you really think.
He's the driver running it was Martin. That's out on the full. That came off.
That one's definitely out on the full.
That came off the boot of Smith. And we'll have a free kick this time to Noble Park.
As the kick comes back in, and Thomas unmarked. Going to take a pretty easy mark, about 45 from home on the tightest of angles. Now he centres the footy. Plenty of players there, congested forward line. It's punched down and punched again there by Collis. Well read there by Jaffa Williams, who bursts through the pack, spears it around towards the direction of that man again, Jeff Goebbels. A long way from home, edge of the centre square now here for Balwyn. And we've got plenty of time and plenty of breathing room. 34 points to be exact. As that one moved there by Stacker. It's been pretty quiet this afternoon.
Tell you what, you can't miss Jeff either with those orange boots. My God.
You didn't side him in the first 3 quarters.
And here comes the kick in from Gilchrist. Plenty of players there. The ball loose on the deck. Railed there by Lambert. Socket off the ground. The Noble Park breaking out there is Erblett. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2. Got the kick away. And Noble Park come down this near side centre wing as that one chipped in the direction there of Wright. Had a shocker, went through his hands. Well read there by Erblett. Erblett now centres the footy. And, I almost read there by Garnham. Oh, that was a high tackle by Weatherall. And he's conceded, not paid. A high tackle was paid, I thought it wasn't. And, Weatherall and Garnham have a...
I can't believe that the non-controlling umpire called that free kick. That was right in front of the other one.
Yeah.
I think there was only one person at the ground that didn't think it was a free kick, and that was the umpire who was only 3 metres away.
So William Collis has already kicked 3 this afternoon.
Yeah, he's had a good game. I reckon he's tried hard.
So about 35 out near side, and he's kicked it. Goal number 4 for William Collis. He's been a bright spark apart with Cole Martin in this Noble Park side. They still trail though, 10-10-70, playing 15-8-98 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 16.5 gone, final term.
Yeah, well, a consolation goal there really for Noble Park. Balwyn just did what they had to do in the opening 5 to 10 minutes of the last quarter, Ray, and just put the game to bed and just make it that little bit harder for Noble Park. Just take the run out of it.
Yeah, they killed the game.
So up it goes. Anderson goes up against Gaines. Knocked down there through the hands of Cross. Now the ball goes forward. Can someone get on the end of it? It's bouncing around. There it is. The kick forward for Balwyn off the boot of Court. Haven't seen him too much today. Now it's Gordon. Little chip out towards the flank. But that's should have been taken there. Dropped. Bad drop indeed. It was by Collis. And we'll probably have a ball up. Going in there and taking it out was Marson. And now it's Gaines. It's an absolute mess. Gilchrist it was, who tried to get a hand pass away, and he finished up hand passing it out of bounds, and Noble Park will get a free kick. So
abuse.
And someone said something, so 25 metres. Welcome for Noble Park. Sketches, thank you very much. And trots forward. And someone just took my eye off the play there, and it was Gilchrist who went down, but probably nothing in it, I don't think. Otherwise, the umpire would have played it. So he has Noble Park coming forward. Can they hit a target? There's the kick looking for Wright. And Peter Wright, I'll tell you what, he's had, to say he's had a fairly quiet day is the understatement of the year, but he's got on the end of that one.
Bailey Lambert there giving Gilchrist a shot behind the play.
So Peter Wright, he can slot this through and continue to add a bit of respectability to the score. We've had 18 minutes in this last term. Here he comes. He shouldn't have any problems with the distance, and he's got it. Peter Wright. So that's his first of the afternoon, I do believe.
Yep.
Yeah. And Noble Park closed that gap up. It's 15-8-98 to 11-10-76 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
I reckon Peter Wright's a bit of an enigma because I don't really know what his best position is on the ground, Ray. Because he can do it in the ruck a little bit, and he can play a little bit of centre forward, a little bit of full forward. Where does a player like him fit in?
He fits in a forward pocket as long as you've got a full forward like Luke Barker or somebody in the goal square. He can play second fiddle in the forward pocket. And do the ruck work around the centre. Hands
out now, hit across, who busts through the centre square. He's high, kick in towards the half-forward line. Goebbels is there, can't take the mark. Morrison did well, picked up by Hayde. His kick now, Grubbers through here to Gilchrist, who sends it right into the goal square. Gordon's there, one-on-one there with Pendlebury's back in the forward line. Spills out now here to Jaffa Williams, can't get a clean touch. Brilliant smother there applied off the boot. And the second go there by Waddle. Jaffa Williams sprays it to the left, and, well, some good play from Balwyn. Cancelled out And just the minor score, 15-9-99, 11-10-76. And we're approaching time on here in this fourth and final term. The Division 1 clash, Eastern Footy League.
I reckon he's had a good game, Dylan Gordon.
Yeah.
Back
Yeah, he's played all right, yeah.
So Morrison going to bring the footy back in there here for Noble Park. Kicks out wide to Garner, and now here to Marson, hugging the boundary line on the near side. Marson now gains a few metres, tries to centre the footy there in the direction of Collis. As it bounces through now here to Ride. Well, he had to get out of the way there, pretty solid bump. And back now here to Churgwin, who's had a good one here for Balwyn. His high kick out towards the centre wing. Two Noble Park players there, but they're both beaten there by Collis. Picked up now here by Noble Park. Speared in towards over the head of Sketcher. And over the boundary line it goes. Boundary throw in centre wing near side.
One thing I must say, Breast, that the young Noble Park side, they haven't thrown it in.
No.
Even at the scoreline the way it is.
So 20 and a half gone.
Just a lack of experience in the clutch moments. It always happens with youth and just a little...
another two experienced players like Sketcher and Martin.
There's the ball one down, pumped now in towards the centre half forward line here for Noble Park, but it's Tregear there for Balwyn. Oh, he is cleaned up by Wright as he got the hand pass away. Advantage played, Gilchrist's kick across, doing well there for Noble Park, but hurting himself in the process there was Garnham. As the ball goes out now here towards the half-back flank for Balwyn, and we'll have a ball up. Well, Garnham went in hard. Looks like he's holding his shoulder there.
So we'll have a stoppage. Mania Garnham is looking a little bit worse for wear, but he's back on his feet just for the moment. But he's looking a little bit sick and sorry as the ball comes in. Tap down, it's whacked out of there by Balwyn as it goes forward looking for a target. Oh, nice mark taken there. And the quick handball off too. And here they come again, Balwyn. Where's Goebbels? There's the kick inside 50, but nice mark. And Gordon thumps it out towards the boundary. Can they keep it in over there? Lambert, I think it is. And the umpire says that didn't look out either.
Oh, no, I'd have to agree with him this time, I think.
Thought he might have kept that one in, but the umpire says no.
Let's have a look. Technology.
That was out.
Yeah, that's out.
Yeah. Here's Whiskey, but it was probably just there. So the umpire to throw it in. We've had 21 minutes in this final term. So the game well and truly over in terms of the contest, 23 points. But Noble Park trying to get something out of it. Sketcher going in there looking for it, but he was beaten to it by Churgwin. Now it's come back into the contest, and the umpire says we'll ball it up again. Churgwin, I tell you what, he's been amazing today. The guy looked almost down and out earlier in the game, but he's come back into it really well and played one of the good games. For Balwyn, up it goes again. There's the knockdown. Good work by Beglava. Hacked across the field looking for it. There is Nelson, but he couldn't take the mark. Bouncing now. Here's an opportunity again for Gilchrist. Gives it off to the other Gilchrist. That's his brother, of course. The long kick forward inside 50. Bolt will be happy to see that one over the boundary, and he does. Looking a little bit tired and frustrated, the Noble Park players, but they've battled hard when it looked like they were going to be blown away. Early part of the game, they got themselves back from a 30-point deficit, but now it just looks to be a mountain too big to climb. There's the throw, and that was a push, definitely. So Beglava on Gaines. So what have we got here? Now finally the kick comes out right across the side. Nice work by Gordon, gave it off. Here's a chance, little short kick finds Marson. Marson will go inside 50. Can he hit a target? Not really, but he does find Urbulet. Not quite inside 50. Now Urbulet will go back. Doesn't look confident that he can go for goal, so or is he going to have a crack?
That was great play by Gordon. He ran from full back, and he was the player that received it on the wing there.
Yeah, I reckon he's had a good game, Gordon.
He has. So Urbulet has a fair way out, but he's going to have a go. He's one of those big Jeff Goebbels torps, I think, to get this one home. Here he comes.
I can see why he don't want to kick.
And that's not a great kick. Oh, Marcus taken. Marcus taken by Collis in the forward pocket, the right forward pocket. Yeah, a nasty kick. Surely he'll go the banana, you would think. He's lining up like he's going to go the banana.
Oh, well, that's a good highlight.
No, in fact, he's gone the left foot and he's put it right across. I thought he was lining up for the banana, but he went right across the face of goal and goes through for a minor score. So the margin 22 points. We've had 24, nearly 24 and a half minutes in this last quarter. 15-9-99 plays 11-11-77. on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
24 minutes, well into time on here. This final term, the kick out from Wetherell. Down the near side wing, almost taken with one hand there by Waddell. Goebbels does the roving, gets a handback down here to Waddell. Cross gets his boot. It's a ball. It's kicked over the head there of Morrison, and over the boundary line it goes. Next to the Noble Park interchange. And 22 points the diff in this one. He can already hear the Balwyn faithfuls celebrating. Looks like they're watching something else though.
Well, they haven't had much to cheer about for a month.
That's true. As the ball thrown in now, doing the roving there is O'Regan. Chips it over the top. The direction there of Waddell. Trying to meet the ball there is Anderson. Looks like he got one up high.
Absolute Hollywood. He did cop an eye shot, but he went back like he'd been shot.
Go down to Matt Fodia.
I think he's fair enough there, Besto. He's caught one oncoming hip and shoulder there to the head, but also off the Tregear's gone loose man in defence for Balwyn now to shut this game down.
Yeah, look, I'll tell you what, that performance was worth an Academy Award there, I reckon.
Like, I'm not
Brett.
saying the free kick wasn't there, but he milked it for all it was worth.
So Anderson hasn't featured on the scoring sheet, but he's been pretty good in the ruck this afternoon here for Balwyn. He's about 45 out. Off the right boot. Is it moving back?
Oh, no.
No, just not enough. That, however, does bring up the ton for Balwyn. 15-10, 100. They lead Noble Park 11-11. 77, 26 minutes gone, final turn.
So Gordon with the ball to bring it back in. 23-point margin. He's a little short kick, finds Ball. Now Ball, says who can kick it. So he's taking an absolute age to get rid of it. Little short kick into the middle. That's a terrible kick. Absolutely awful. He looked hesitant from the time that he got the ball. O'Regan, short kick, trying to find a target, but lucky for Noble Park, it goes over the top. Put onto the left boot. Who's that, boys? Couldn't quite see, but it's gone through for a minor score.
Tom Goebbels is upset he didn't kick it to him.
Stacker it was. We haven't called his name too much today. It's probably why I didn't recognise him. So Noble Park to bring it out. It's a nice solid kick. Mark taken there by Zijai. Zijai going down the line. Nelson, he had it for a moment, but he couldn't hang on to it, and it's gone out of bounds over there on the far side. It's a beautiful afternoon here at Balwyn. There was a bit of rain forecast this afternoon, but it certainly hasn't eventuated.
It's starting to get cold now.
It's getting a little bit chilly, but the sun's still streaming across the ground, and you can see the spectators on the far side. They're shielding their eyes. So just wait for the ball to come back. Now it's in. And Gaines and Baglava, they've had a great tussle on the ruck today, and Baglava it was, he took it out. Ball on the ground, hacked forward off the boot of Stacker, and it's out of bounds on that far side. So it'll be interesting to see how long this quarter is. We have had long quarters today.
Yeah, what do you reckon, guys? 30, 32?
Over under.
Yeah, well,
I'll go 32.
We've had 32, 33-minute quarters, so you've got to think we've probably got a good 5 minutes to go.
What do you reckon, Brucey?
40 from Bruce Prest.
Bruce has gone for the long quarter, the slap by Baglava, and that'll go to, no, in fact, it won't go to bounds. Goebbels was there, and I think it is out of bounds now.
I reckon we'd need an ambulance case if it went for 40.
There might be some hypothermia setting in. It's getting a little chilly.
So, boundary throw in, deep in the forward pocket now here for Balwyn. Comes the throw. Gaines wins the tap. Cross trying to do the roving here for Balwyn. He's pretty well wrapped up. And going nowhere is the footy. No EFL Sunday tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
No.
So,
how wonderful is that? Get a sleep in.
Brash gets a sleep in, as you'll have to tune in next Sunday. Here's Cross now, does the roving, gets the hands out now here to Gilchrist. He puts a high floating kick into next week and almost over Whitehorse Road there. And it's going to be brought back in here by Luke Ball. 24 points the difference, 28 and a half played here as Ball brings the ball back in, kicks in short and finds a target there in Jared Smith. And
it really is like junk time, isn't it?
Smith's kick Well, it was over the head there of Baglava. Socket off the ground now in the direction here at Thomas. Can't get to it on the full. Takes it on the bounce. Thomas turns around. Tries to centre the footy there to Collis. Met solidly there by Gilchrist. Did well to get a possession out of that, did Collis. Riders wrapped up. In there goes Declan Burrell. And the ball ends up underneath. Everyone will have a ball up.
I think Thomas is a better footballer than what we've seen today. He's had a bit of a dirty day, but I can see how he at centre forward he can cause problems for opposition back lines.
This right tap, it's busted out there by O'Regan. Cross, who's had quite a few disposals this afternoon, ends up on the edge of the centre square. Another ball up. 20, approaching half an hour, so the bet for 32 is pretty good, looking pretty good so far. Here comes the ball up, it's tapped down, goes into the hands now here at Gilchrist, goes back to the other Gilchrist, being of the Taylor variety. His kick gets collected late there by Gaines, and that's going to be a free kick upfield. And it'll go to Anderson. He goes quick by hands now here to Court. He spears one in and finds Jaffa Williams. Not 10, play on. It kicks in, and well, that was taken by Marola, and a drive snuffed out there from Balwyn. And well, they go back through Smith. He moves it up now here to Burrell, who's covered a good 70 metres to get back here in the back line. The kick for Sketcher. Well, 3 Balwyn players there, 1 out, but the ball spills loose here to Bull. He evades 1 tackle, goes by hands to right, dropped what he should have taken. Chancellor couldn't get it, Cross could. Over now here to Gilchrist. He goes by hand here to Collis, and that doesn't matter because the Balwyn Footy Club snap a 3-game losing streak. They take this one 15-11, 101 to 11-11, 77 over Noble Park here at Balwyn. And a great game of football here in Division 1 this afternoon, gentlemen.